In 1965, the Vietnam War entered its fiercest phase. The United States brought a level of firepower no army could match. F-4 Phantom jets screamed overhead, dropping napalm that incinerated jungles in seconds. UH-1 helicopters, nicknamed Hueys, swarmed the skies, ferrying troops and raining gunfire with M60 machine guns. On the ground, 50-ton M48 Patton tanks roared forward, their 90mm guns blasting through obstacles. M113 armored carriers, equipped with 50-caliber Browning machine guns, cut swaths through rice fields. From miles away, 155mm howitzers lobbed 45-kilogram shells, shaking the earth with each strike. This was modern warfare. Industrial, relentless, overwhelming. Facing this juggernaut was the Southern Liberation Army, barefoot guerrillas with little more than outdated rifles, moving silently through the jungles. How could they stand against such might? A new weapon, and the soldiers wielding it would soon provide an answer. The Liberation Army's arsenal was a chaotic mix, scavenged from decades of conflict. Soviet Mosin Nagant M1000 891/30 rifles firing 7.62 x 54mm R rounds were World War II relics. Bolt action, slow, and cumbersome in jungles. Japanese Arisaka Type 38 and Type 99 rifles, using 6.5mm or 7.7mm rounds, lingered from Pacific war spoils, their bayonets more useful than their sluggish reloads. British Lee Enfield No. 4 Mi-5 rifles, captured from French stockpiles, shot at 3 and 3 British rounds, but were scarce and ammo-hungry. French MAT-49 submachine guns firing 9mm parabellums were agile for guerrillas, but limited to 50 meters. American Thompson M1928 and M1A1 submachine guns, using 45 ACP, packed a punch, but weighed 4.8 kilogram and burned through rare ammo. Browning M1000 919 A4 machine guns, 30-06 caliber, offered fire support but needed crews and constant maintenance. Via DP-28 machine guns with their 7.62 x 54mm R-disc magazines were lighter at 9 kilogram but prone to overheating. Grenades, Soviet F-1, Chinese Type 67 or handmade bombs, added versatility, as did homemade mines and booby traps. Captured U.S. and Saigon weapons like M1 Garand rifles, M14S, M3 grease guns, and Mark II grenades. Supplemented stocks, but complicated logistics. This hodgepodge forced soldiers to improvise, with mismatched ammo and no standard training. By early 1965, Soviet aid changed the game. Crates of AK-47S arrived via the Ho Chi Minh Trail. At 4.3 kilogram, firing 7.62 x 39mm rounds, the AK-47 became the standard, unifying the Liberation Army's fight with a weapon built for reliability and power.
Every weapon designer would be happy to have his rifle seen as the best weapon. All designers would be happy. I will tell you though that when some people say it was easy to make, I can reply that to design a simple weapon is 1,000 times more difficult than making a complicated thing. Soldiers who don't graduate from military academies need a simple and reliable weapon.
The AK-47 was a masterpiece of simplicity, designed by Mikhail Kalashnikov in 1947 to endure the harshest conditions. Its gas-operated system, with a rotating bolt and loose tolerances, fired 7.62 x 39mm rounds at 600 rounds per minute. Each bullet carried 0 joules of muzzle energy, enough to punch through wooden cover or light barriers at close range, perfect for engagements under 100 meters. Unlike delicate firearms, the AK-47 thrived in Vietnam's humidity, mud, and rain. A soldier could dunk it in a stream, shake it off, and keep firing without a jam. Its 30-round magazine allowed sustained bursts, unlike the stop and start of older rifles. Liberation soldiers trained to fire controlled bursts, 2 or 3 shots, to conserve ammo while hitting hard. In dense jungles, where visibility was low and U.S. air support struggled to pinpoint targets, this reliability gave them an edge. The AK-47 wasn't just a tool. It was a weapon shaped by the hands that held it, tailored to the terrain they fought in.
Even after lying somewhere like a swamp, you can get this rifle, arm it and shoot. This is the best description for a gun. A real soldier knows and understands.
The Liberation Army faced the world's most powerful military, capable of leveling hills with bombs and sweeping valleys with tanks. Yet they developed a unique tactic: grab the enemy by the belt. This bold strategy meant closing in fast, sometimes to within spitting distance. In jungles, rice paddies, and urban alleys, soldiers turned terrain into their ally. Thick foliage concealed their approach. Narrow streets choked the advance of tanks. At under 100 meters, the AK-47's full moto bursts became devastating. Fighters darted between trees or ducked behind walls, firing sharp volleys, double bursts, triple bursts that disrupted their opponents before melting back into the landscape. This approach carried risks. It required immense courage and pinpoint timing, and losses were often heavy. But it paid off. In the 1968 Tet Offensive, Liberation soldiers struck cities with speed and ferocity, their AK-47s cutting through the chaos of urban combat. By April 30, 1975, the same rifles, alongside T-54 tanks, powered through Saigon's defenses. A lightly armed infantry force couldn't match U.S. firepower head-on, but with the AK-47 and this daring tactic, they turned the battlefield into a contest of wits and will. "50 years after 1975, Vietnam is at peace. The AK-47 rests in museums, a symbol of a brutal era. Its durability and firepower, wielded by soldiers who knew their land, matched an unmatched foe. The U.S. military was mighty, but human ingenuity turned a simple rifle into a force of history. Subscribe to Warfront Insights for more stories.